It's starting to get chilly outside. If you've ever wished you could have a little jacket for your dick, you're in luck. Sheath Underwear has 2 pouches, one for your dick, one for your balls. It keeps things separated so you can get on with your life without having everything mashed together down there. I mean, I wear them all the time. I wouldn't be shocked if I'm wearing them right now. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, same.
Yep, look. Not planned.
Oh, colored.
I'm wearing them.
Colorful.
I don't think you could say that. There we go. We
Riff
fixed
raff.
it. It's really the best. I wear them all the time. I love it. They really are my favorite underwear. So
same. That's all I have.
Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code DRUNK to get 20% off your first order. Plus Sheath Underwear's 100% money back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com. Promo code DRUNK. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls. This guy's the best. He's a military guy too.
Yeah,
he's a
Robert
veteran.
Patton.
He's a big comedy fan.
Huge comedy nerd.
And
great guy.
Every underwear I have is like ripped up in the
Yeah.
pieces. Swiss cheese. This shit stays good. So.
Oh yeah, and they make it for guys and gals. The ladies got it. So yeah, get some Sheath. Best undies in the biz.
Are we rolling?
He pulled an OJ. He wrote a book. Damn.
But OJ got away with it and then wrote the book.
That's true. It's funny. You see
Like
OJ.
he went through the trial and wrote the book.
Right.
This guy didn't go through a trial, did he?
No, he was squeaky. He was off. He was good to go.
Yeah, I saw Suge Knight was like, I'm not going to testify. And we're like, yeah, well, your word's worth a lot at this point. You know?
You see when OJ puts on Instagram, every comment is just knife, 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 knife.
He's on camera on show as like a sports correspondent.
Really?
It's kind of hilarious. It's hilarious to have just a show where you have a sports show where you're like, yeah, we'll just make OJ the sports correspondent.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Damn, that's
Cameron's
crazy.
legitimately funny.
That's what I keep hearing. Is he on Barstool?
No, he's got his own sports show, but dude, there's a clip of him on like a news show. We got to pull it up. He literally, dude, he gets shot. And he's like, yeah, people came for me, but they didn't get me. Like he was talking tough after, like he was out of the hospital like a day, and he's talking shit.
Wow,
you know, it's pretty cool.
If I got shot, that'd be my whole personality. I'd just be like, oh shit, I don't want to go outside again. I got shot. This is my whole thing. I wouldn't be bragging about
Well,
it.
I'd be like, please don't do that again.
Yes,
that
please.
hurts.
I love you. Whatever you want, I'll give you money. But the Tupac thing is crazy because I heard he got caught from TikToking. He was making TikTok videos. Yeah,
What'd he say?
He was bragging about it on TikTok. Which, too bad JFK never had a TikTok guy. That would be great if that existed back then.
That would have been a shorter Oliver Stone film.
True.
What do we got?
Is this it?
I don't know. You paused on a.
One last question.
No, this isn't it.
What exactly did did you hear the guy say? He was trying to
Like they said, it's not it, but you're gonna let it roll out. Great Google guy. We
Google
got.
bitch. You're not touching that coffee?
Take it.
I'm taking it. All right.
So you were in Europe for a month.
Ooh, yeah.
I missed you, man.
I've been talking a big game. Hey, I'm a tough guy. I'm cool. And I was like, I don't get jet lagged. It hits you 2 days later.
Oh, man. What do you mean? What are you, Superman? You get jet lag.
I never got it, really. I got to Europe. I adjusted quick. I land back here. I'm wrecked. My head feels like it's this big. I'm cloudy. I'm gay. I'm all over the place.
Damn.
But Europe was a blast. I'm cultured now.
Can you explain the pictures of all you guys dressed like you're in a gay bathhouse?
A lot to talk about.
In the 70s with David Bowie?
Yeah, well, we went to the Kit Kat Club. Pull that up. I'm sure there's not a lot of photos of it because they don't allow phones. But, no, Berlin. Everyone said, if you're going to Berlin, you got to go to a sex club. And I said, you're damn right.
Who are you talking to?
You know,
'cause I get that too in like Montreal. You got to go to a strip club. I'm like, I think I hang out with fucking scumbags.
Well, I was with Ghislaine. But, so I was like, all right, we got to do it. But if you go, you got to dress up. You can't just show up in a fucking cardigan and an Argyle sweater. So the lady was all over it. The wife was like, we're going to this store, like the sex club store. We're going to get the boots. We're getting the shorts. We're getting the garter belts. We're getting the neck collar. That's a Manscaped boxer brief, by the way. I had no shorts. And we spent a fortune on this shit. But all right, you've already lost it.
Man,
but yeah.
what are you doing? Okay, so,
pictures there.
so we got, were those uncomfortable? This does not look comfortable.
You got to get used to it. I mean, I'm wearing fishnets, too. If you notice, they're pink. and had a decent bulge. I took a blue chew, and yeah, I got eyeliner going. It was fun.
You guys look like a sexy band in the 80s or something.
Yeah, Duran Duran or something.
Yeah.
So we show up. The thing opens at 10. We got there at like 9:15 because we're like, we should get some food first. I didn't know you're supposed to wear like a trench coat. You get in, and then there's lockers. So everyone gets
why would you know that? That's insane.
Yeah, so we're walking around the street like this an hour before eating shawarma. So I'm at a shawarma place, like, I'll have the lamb, please. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And I'm just eating it. I think they just thought we were weird Americans. So we get in there, and it is insane. There's a room. There's so many different rooms. There's a techno room, a tango room. There's a full swimming pool. Tango.
That feels like too classy a dance for this outfit.
Well, people start tangoing, and it gets them cooking, and then they start fucking. So
is there sex in there?
Full on sex, blowjobs everywhere. What? There's a bunch of bars in there. There's a bunch of couches, and nothing is sanitized. Everything would get Me Too'd in like 8 minutes here.
No, because you're volunteering it.
I guess so.
The Me Too is the work environment thing, not the. This isn't where Weinstein was doing his deeds.
I don't know. It felt like it. There was a casting couch. It was wild. But there's an old guy jerking off. There was
what?
A guy. Yeah.
How old?
I'm talking 80, like a Biden, just walking around. Woo,
nice.
Baby.
Maybe it was him.
There was a naked guy in a wheelchair. He was, handicapped, just going around, full dong out. It was crazy.
In a wheelchair?
In a wheelchair.
It's a beautiful story.
They were dwarves with collars and a leash.
Are people wearing masks? Are they protecting their identity?
No.
Eyes wide shut?
All out there. That's where I got COVID. No mask.
You got COVID then?
No, I'm just kidding. But it was insane. And then eventually, after being there, because it just flies by, because there's so much stimulus, so much to look at, and I go, "Hey, wife, we got to go bang." And she's like, "What? Really?" I'm like,
there?
Yeah. I'm like, well, when in Rome, everyone's doing it, so we fucked.
Like in public?
In public. And the fact that I got hard is a goddamn miracle.
That's fucking
I was looking
weird,
at all
Mark.
the other men.
It's like, I mean, I want to yes and you here, but you're fucking in public now. What kind of person have you become?
You blend in, you go to Berlin, you go with the people.
Mark's next slide is, we went to a Nazi rally. I didn't want to salute, but you got to blend in.
I was following orders.
Yeah. So I'm banging the lady. Now here's where it gets real wacky. It wasn't easy. I mean, it took a lot of like, you good?
Yeah,
okay?
Is there like a way to get hard in an environment like this?
Mostly looking at the other women. That helped, because there's naked women everywhere.
He looked at the guy in the wheelchair. He's like, that'll do it.
Oh, Lieutenant Dan over there. So I'm plowing the lady, and I got her from behind. This is open dance floor, like that.
Oh, my God.
And this guy comes up and taps me on the shoulder, and I go, uh-oh, we might be in trouble. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. And I look back, and he goes, "Me next?" And I go, "What the fuck? Get out of here!"
They don't have Me Too in Amsterdam. They have Me Next.
Yeah, hashtag Me Next. But that's normal there. He wasn't even being a dick. He was just like, "Oh, all right, you met some lady who wants to get railed. I'll do her next."
Jeez.
So that was kosher.
I don't mean to sound, prude here, but it's so unromantic. Part of the fun is the chase and the seduction, and dude just being like, you line up like it's the bathroom.
Right.
It's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, he took a number, but
like a deli.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm number 2. So ramming her.
Woo! He wanted that beef tongue.
You asked for a sample.
Yeah.
What? That's incredible. You did that. How many people were watching?
Well, it's so normal that like people walk by and go, "Oh, how about that?" And then they just move on.
Are you worried about getting recognized?
A little, but the outfit helped. I had a couple people say, "Hey, comedy," which was weird. I said comedy. And
they're yelling your catchphrase while Mark's fucking his wife.
I gave a praise Allah out of the gate. And so I go, get out of here. I wave him off. And now I'm starting to get like, all right, I'm fucking this woman in public. I got a guy tap me on the shoulder. There's people everywhere. People are staring at us. There's the gimp in the wheelchair with the mask and a dick clamp. And I'm kind of starting to lose it. Like, all right, I'm freaking out. I got to stop this.
Did you come?
No. I was about to. There's a guy next to me. I look to my left. Old guy jerking off, staring at me with his tongue out. And I said, "That's it." Wrapped it up. Couldn't do it. The wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was getting into it. I was like, that. And she was like, "Oh." And we walked away.
I hate to say it, but under the circumstances, he was in the right.
No, I'm not mad at
You're
the guy.
fucking in public at a sex club. He should get to jerk off to it.
If he was a little better looking, I would have gone with it. But he was
Really?
an ugly guy, and he was kind of scary
It was
looking.
Joe Biden. If it was Hunter, you would have done it.
Yes, exactly.
It could have been Hunter.
That's true, hunter-gatherer.
That was his thing.
But yeah, so I had to bail, and she was kind of like, oh, that was a little anticlimactic. And I was like, I know, but the jerk guy, I was out.
The jerk guy.
I can only go so far. We're still, comedians who live in New York.
I mean, I don't think I could ever do. Could you ever do something like that?
No, but I love how
Matt
the
Peters,
peeves-
could you? Yeah.
How the peeves have gone from the streets of New York are too crowded to I don't like this guy jerking off on my wife.
Yeah, Subway, I'll take it.
Things have gone too far.
Yes.
Gone to a sex club before.
Oh, you
Have you?
have?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really weird. A lot of old people.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was listening to a guy fuck my wife in the other room.
A guy had sex
Wait,
with your
what?
wife?
My ex-wife.
Oh, whoa. Is that what ended it?
And that 60-year-old lady asked me if I wanted a blowjob. I said,
A 60-year-old lady?
well, she was old.
Dude, I guess you don't ask your age. But that's, goddamn, Matt. You're like a whole nother life. I guess
had
that's
no
who
idea.
should be at the sex club is old people. If you're young and you're starting at that place, that's fucking weird.
Well, that's the thing about this club is they're very picky. So everyone in there was it was either hot people with great bodies or anomalies. The wheelchair guy, the dwarf, the guy with the gimp mask and covered in tattoos. Like everyone had a thing, or you were hot. So the only reason we got in is because our promoter got us on the list. Thank God.
What a weird request.
Yeah.
I love that you did that. That's insane. Dude. Oh, you pulled up the
Amazing.
Boogie Nights. Damn, what a sad scene.
Ooh, that was Peters after the wife got grilled.
That's a tragic character.
Brutal.
There's a lot of sad characters in Boogie Nights, but that one takes the cake.
Yeah, sad. It's not a good sign when you're more sad than Seymour Hoffman in a movie. That's hard to pull off.
When you're the more depressing character.
Yeah.
Dude, Mark, I cannot believe you did this.
Well, I was out there so long, out in Europe, you kind of detach, and you're just
Yeah.
like, who am I anymore? And you kind of just start going into these weird
Yeah, but how are you
places.
going to go back to just fucking your wife on your bed at home after doing something like this?
Well, I hired a guy. He comes in, he stands by the bed, and we're good to go. Yeah, no, but it's actually nice to be back because now I can like be myself and throw her legs around. In there, I was like head on a swivel. I was like a Cub Scout,
So you were there with a friend. Did he get to see any of this?
No, I wanted to get away from Doug Key, everybody. But he had his own fun.
He met some girls?
He met some girls, and he's a good-looking guy. He's ripped,
Yeah.
and the guys in there weren't great. The women were gorgeous, but the guys weren't great, so he really stood out, and he got hit on quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude.
Good-looking guy, 12-pack, huge arms, and they loved him.
Is there a language barrier when you're trying to hook up with someone there? It's like a sex club,
No,
or?
the only thing was the bouncer was a bit of a dick because he's so important. This big Nazi, bald, buff guy was like, how come we got to learn English? You can't learn German? And we were like, we don't live here. And he's like, yeah, you're damn right you don't live here. And I get in there. And I think that's just part of it. Like they're mean
Kind of
to you.
fun when they are.
Yeah.
You ever go to like a burger place like Paul's Burger Joint and the waitress is just kind of rude to you and you're
Yes.
like, I kind of like it.
Yes.
That's where it starts, the minor abuse. Then you end up in a sex club. But
Yeah. And I will say there was something fun about the no phones. Like, you're like, I got to take a photo of that. I got to take it. And then after 20 minutes, you're like, fuck it. Let's live.
Yeah.
I like that there's no phones. I don't want this on video, this
Well,
jerk
the
guy.
phone you break out because you're bored. You're not bored at a sex club, you know?
Good point.
You break your phone out when, your girlfriend's telling you a story, not when you're
Good point.
fucking your girlfriend.
Also makes you feel pretty good about the dong size. I'm no prize here.
But there's some losers.
I mean, some real acorns in a bush.
Acorns in a bush is the worst way to
Just
describe.
that little turtle head popping. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like, God, and a guy, you know what's weird? The guy jerking off, that guy gets, he's got a whole backstory.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
person has a life.
I know.
He like, maybe he's like a widow or something, and he's just like, yeah, I'll be a jerk off at the club guy now.
I had the same thought. You go to Subway sandwiches, and that guy's in there.
Yeah.
He's eating, or a hot lady's just like at the airport, but they don't know about the secrets.
Yeah, he's deep throating the sub, but he's still eating that. Yeah.
He's got a 12-incher, yeah. But yeah, there was some impressive dongs too, but
Sure.
I felt pretty good
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
That's
yeah.
good. I mean, you feel good enough to whip it out and fuck your wife in there.
That's true.
This episode's going to be demonetized in a second.
Oh,
we
right.
literally open with Mark's like, I fucked my wife in a
Oh,
club.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, whatever. It happens.
It's a true story, and it was at a sex club. You know, I did it in the right place. It was
That's
appropriate.
true. I can't believe it. I don't
couldn't
think
believe
I
it
could perform in public.
If this was in the Bronx, I couldn't have done it. But the fact that you're so far away, you know.
I think there's another reason you couldn't have done it in the Bronx, to be honest.
Not a lot of acorns there.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
But no, I know what you mean. The removal, you're gone so long, it's almost like, who cares, right?
Exactly.
There's a weird thing when you're on the road long enough. There's a party that takes over. Like, who gives a shit? Give me other highlights of Europe.
Okay, so we got 3 days off, which was a gift because you're living out of that suitcase. You're on a flight every day, a train every day. It's one country to the next, and it's a lot on you. So we had 3 days off. The wife left because she was like, I got to go back to work. I have to go back to civilization. Me and Doug go, fuck it. We got 3 days off. What should we do? Fuck it. We got drunk. We bought tickets to Paris. We flew to Paris, which was a horrific flight. We had to connect in Reykjavik, whatever.
My favorite tennis player.
Yeah, Novaks. And we had to it was like an 8-hour travel day. We wanted to kill ourselves. This is why
At least you're with someone, though.
Yes. And this is why I love Doug. This motherfucker bought those boots. He bought 8-inch platform, whatever boots to wear to the club. He's like, I got the receipt. I'm going to return these boots when I get back to America to pay less because they were $60. He carried those boots all over Europe.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't believe it. So we go to Paris. He's got the boots with him. But we go to Paris, and you want to kill yourself. The fucking flight is hell, connecting, language barrier. You're tired. You're hungover. You're packing. You got the boots. Right when you land in Paris, you get in an Uber. You pass by that Eiffel Tower. You go, this is the best decision we ever made. We got a little Airbnb. Doug's such a nut. He set up 4 shows. We set up 4 shows at a little club. We sell them all out, and we had a great time.
Oh, Paris. It's so cool that you're at a point in your career where you can go to Paris and say, I want to sell out a show in Paris, and people come out. That's how I felt. Like, it's not the same, but like, I had a canceled flight in Montreal, and I was stuck for the night. Pop-up show that night sells out, and you're like, it's amazing we're at a point in our lives where, you know, we can just do that. I'm grateful.
Totally
as fuck.
agree.
That's so give me some Paris highlights.
I mean, Paris, it's a reason why it's cliche, like the prettiest city, because it really is. I mean, there's a lady singing opera on the bridge, and the sun was setting. I'm holding a Prosecco at a restaurant, just looking at everything. The boats go by, the Eiffel Tower. Doug Key, we went to Sacré-Cœur, Sacred Heart Church. He cried. He wept. It was so pretty. He was like, I was supposed to come here with my grandmother, and she died. And I'm like holding Doug. We look like 2 weirdos. I'm eating a baguette. He is a baguette.
I feel like you're doing the weird part of the relationship with him.
Yeah.
You're fucking your girlfriend in the sex club, then you're like, there. To him in Paris. You're like, what the hell?
That's true. That's true.
What the hell happened here?
Then I fucked Doug.
You fucked him in the church.
Yeah.
The same old guy was jerking off in the church.
Oh, yeah. Notre Dame. So we had a great time. Did the shows. The shows were great. And then we flew back and just did Dublin. Dublin was the hottest crowd. That Vicar Street is an amazing venue if you ever get a chance to do it.
In Dublin.
Yeah, it's up there with
Next
like the
year.
Wilbur or the Moor. It's
Man,
just magical.
I'm filming my next special at the Wilbur
Oh,
in March. The tickets on
nice.
sale later this month. But yeah, I'm pumped, man. I feel good about the hour. It's cooking. So
My friend saw it in Chicago, was like, holy shit, I was blown away.
I feel
Killer
all
hour.
right. That was a hot night because we had Mateo Lane plays the Chicago Theater, Chicago Kid, big deal,
Right.
You know. And then we're on the same flights, his husband, him, me, and we literally I go up to him at the urinal. I just see a mohawk, and I realize I take a chance. Because I was just like, hey, you pussy. And then I was like, oh, shit, this might not be Mateo. But then he turned around. I was like, thank God. I just chanced it on the mohawk.
Wait, he has a mohawk?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that
like
kind
your
of.
sex club story. This is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Then I started fucking him in the bathroom.
Yeah, I jerked off.
So we're sitting on we're on the flight. We're going there. And he goes, hey, I'm making pizza at Lou Malnati's later tonight in the kitchen for my YouTube channel. You want to do it with me? I was like, of course. So I do. We make pizza. It's so fucking fun. But, that deep dish pizza is no joke.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had 3 slices. I'm dying. I feel sick. And then my girlfriend sees me post about it. And she's like, oh, I wanted Chicago pizza. So I was like, fuck it, ordering it again. I had it for dinner as well. I wanted to kill myself. I worked out
dude.
twice the next day. We go to a yoga class. I swam like 60 laps in the hotel. We were in a hotel with a sick pool. But we do yoga the next day. I just was like, I need something to do. She set it up. So we go. It's called Funky Friday. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, no.
It was a hot class. We're in the dark. We were the only people that, like, I guess there was like, they're all regulars.
Yeah.
So they had like inside jokes that we didn't get. They're just like, "Are you guys ready for Funky Friday?" And I'm just like, everyone's laughing. I'm like, I don't get how this is funny.
Is
You
this
know?
like fun mom stuff? Is that what this is?
I guess, but they keep making jokes like that, and they're like, "It's funky because the room is set up different." And I'm like, okay, I have no basis for comparison because I've never been here. I don't get the joke.
Anything funky is never fun.
It's never fun.
You
And she
know?
kept saying it.
Oh, that's
And-
weird. It's like those places where you drink and paint. Whoa! Everybody watch out. We're drinking wine and painting. Woo! Crazy.
So lame. It's like drinking on a podcast just to make it stand out. It's like pathetic. you know?
Losers.
But yeah, Chicago Theater, he does it Friday, I do it Saturday, so we do guest sets on each other's shows. And I was like, what a fucking crazy weekend that we just can do that.
That's incredible.
And yeah, both sold out. It was like, you know, his crowd was amazing, my crowd was amazing. He got a nice little Chicago pop when he came out from my audience, which was nice.
That's great.
Hometown kid. And yeah, his whole family's there. It was pretty cool. And yeah, it was a hell of a night, man. Chicago is just the best.
It's the best. That's why I did the special there.
Me too.
There's something about it. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I
yeah.
even mentioned James Webb on stage, who's a Chicago kid, and everyone applauded
Oh,
for him.
wow.
Because he's filming, yeah, because
That's
he's
so cool.
I bet he think he brought a lot of friends, you know?
Oh, and that's
So-
a great theater. That theater is special. That marquee, you can't beat it.
Dude, I was doing crowd work in a close to 4,000 seater.
Wow.
Because it's that intimate for a 4,000 seat, you know, it's 3,600 or something.
Sure.
So, you know, I only did it for like, you know, 7 minutes or so, you know, toward the end, just to fuck around a little bit. But you can do it in a theater. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah, beautiful play. I think Mulaney did a special there as well.
Yeah, I feel like he picks really classy theaters always. Because didn't he do one at, he did one at Radio City.
City,
I think he did one at Town Hall too.
Oh, maybe.
He always picks like really classy, beautiful theaters.
Yeah, wow, that is so cool, though. I love Chicago. I can't believe Mateo got hair plugs and then does a mohawk. Isn't that a weird move?
Getting cocky.
Yeah, who do you think you are?
Well, we our guest today, Nick Offerman's a Illinois guy, so he messaged me. He's like the Chicago Theater, you know. So
Wow.
I'm excited he's coming on today. Man, he's a great guy.
So where did you meet him?
I met him in Calgary. So I actually met him years ago at a benefit in Austin. He was hosting, and it was like me, him. A bunch of big comedians were on it. I was like the smallest comic on it, but he hosted and he was really cool. And then we did this gig, the Great Outdoors Fest in Calgary with me, him, and Dan Soder. Fucking amazing hot show, so fun. So
Does he have jokes? Like, does he do an act?
he does a lot of musical stuff, some stories. Yeah, he's super funny.
All right.
Obviously, you've seen him, you know, and he's an incredible comedic and dramatic actor.
I can't wait to meet him. I've told the story before, but the only time I met him was at Conan, and he was in a robe, and he jerked off. No, he was in a. No, I was in a robe, and I was getting a haircut, and he said, "Shave the boy and bring him to my room."
Oh.
And that was the only exchange we had. We all
Wow.
laughed. It killed in the room, and that was it.
Yeah, I saw him on TV this morning. He was on Morning Joe promoting his new book. So pumped to have him here.
Is it just a? I should know this. Is it a biography? Is it?
No, it's a travel book.
Oh, great.
So yeah, why don't we pull that graphic up so we're prepared?
Yes, yes. Syracuse pulls up Mein Kampf. Gotta get it together, Sally.
So
Gotta be ready.
why don't we? Yeah.
There we go.
Why don't we want to just chill till he gets here? We got 7 minutes. I got to pee anyway.
All right, you gotta pee.
Should we get ice for the scotch too?
Ooh.
We have it there.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Just want to let you know that I'm performing at the Madison Square Garden Theater November 4th, and I can't wait. Tickets on my website. We got it? Okay. What do I do about the burning sensation? What do I do?
Hey, folks, We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by ShipStation. It's the calm before the holiday storm. Before things get too nutty, make sure you're prepared with ShipStation. ShipStation lets you simplify and automate your shipping. No matter how big your business grows, automate your shipping and even returns in their easy-to-navigate dashboard. With a free trial and quick setup, it's easy to find out if ShipStation is right for the next step in your business. Woo! We love ShipStation. You got to get on it because things are about to get even crazier. It's fun giving gifts. It's fun sending stuff. So get the hell in there. Easily manage orders, print labels, compare rates, and automate delivery notifications. You'll even get discounts of up to 84% off UPS and USPS rates. Whether you sell on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, or Shopify, ShipStation will work for you. Join the 130,000 companies who've grown their business with ShipStation. 98% of companies who use ShipStation for a year become lifelong customers. We should use this for merch. Set your business up for holiday season success with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code DRUNK today, DURNK, and sign up for your free 60-day trial. Holy hell. That's ShipStation.com, code DRUNK. Get on it. Two Girls, One Cup had a soundtrack, I guess.
So, you got a new book out, we should say, out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, Nick Offerman with a Deer and Antelope play. Thanks for joining us, man. This is a travelogue book.
It is, yeah.
Do you do the audio book?
I do. I love to do audiobooks even more
Thank you.
than writing the book, I think. Thank you, Matt.
Totally. It's like a really long podcast.
Cheetos.
Is this your second book?
It's my fifth book.
Your fifth book, okay.
Fifth
That's
book.
a lot.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
What are you, Grisham? Jeez.
Yeah, I never expected to be a touring humorist.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get good parts in plays in Chicago. And I had a scenery shop. I built scenery for plays. And then, I got cast in a couple movies, and a couple people said, you should come to L.A., you make funny faces. So I did, and here we are. So I started touring, performing as a humorist, and Rashida Jones came to one of my early shows and said, I love your talk with an agenda. It sounds like you're reading from your book. And I thought, oh, actually, I have some more stories of jackassery.
Yeah.
So then I cast about to see if I could get a book deal, and I did.
What does a humorist entail?
Well, it's interesting because I've been devouring both of your work. I've been fans of yours before. I met Sam doing a gig together recently, but you both had just caught my eye over the years because I described you to my wife as the grandchildren of Carlin.
Oh, man.
Jesus
Christ.
come on.
And what I mean by that is
Dan
you're
Carlin.
you're not very attractive. No, what I mean by that is you can tell you spend a lot of blood and sweat and tears fucking with language and fucking with the line of what's funny, what can I get away with. There's intelligence because in watching and listening to episodes of this podcast, people kept talking about Dave Attell, and I've always heard his name. And I texted Sam and said, I literally I've only heard his name for years and years. I've never seen him. And so he's told me to check out his album, Skanks for the Memories.
Yes.
And I listened to it in a hotel room the other day. And it's so, he's so aggressive. His energy is so aggressive that you either turn it off or you turn it up. And I turned it up.
I love
where
it.
it's just he's not going to fucking let you catch your breath.
Right.
And he got me laughing. And of course there's stuff, it's 20 years old. So there's stuff that's oh yeah, can't do that one anymore. But in the same vernacular, you can tell that you're not just telling dick jokes. You're playing with the form in a way that when I decided to start doing this, I was aware that I don't have the kind of brain that writes jokes. I knew, I think Zach Galifianakis is one of the comedians I've known the longest, and I was just always aware of how he can sit there and just take any banal situation and think of the funniest goddamn way to describe it, or just the stupidest non sequitur that you're fuck, man, Mitch Hedberg isms that I'm God damn it, look what you just did with a bag of Doritos. Or whatever.
Right. Yeah, Galifianakis has great one-liners that people don't talk about because he's such a big actor with The Hangover and whatnot, but killer.
Yeah, we watched his,
jokes.
I remember it was half hour on Comedy Central being this is fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
I loved his stuff.
He's somewhere between, he's got a little Stephen Wright to him as well.
Oh, yeah.
Out of left field. But so when I started doing this, I was okay, I don't write jokes, but people laugh at the slow way in which I talk. And so I just decided to start calling myself a humorist. And I wrote out like a 90-minute show, and I do songs. And I just felt like it allows me, because when initially Netflix had my first special on Netflix, it was called American Ham.
Oh, yeah.
They since pulled it off, but people would complain. People would go through all the comedy, and they'd get to me, and they'd be like, "This isn't fucking this isn't a comedian."
Right.
And I was like, I don't really disagree with you. Like,
You read the comments? Are you nuts?
no, I don't. I don't remember where I came across that, because I didn't know you could have comments on like on that streamer.
We did a YouTube special, so I saw them all, but I'm like, I don't dwell on them, but I'd be like, oh, okay. I see what it was.
I read the comment. I read reviews of my books, and people really love my books. Like probably you guys, 93% of people know what they're in for, and they love it. And 7% somehow thought you were a Christian, or like they're like, Nick Offerman. If you have ever been to church, Nick Offerman thinks you're an idiot.
Oh,
and I'm like, no.
I was drunk when I wrote that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say idiot. No, whenever I talk about religion at all, I go into all caps mode and literally say, each to each their own. Like I absolutely have no judgment about any of this, but if you're going to try and make kids pray in school, like if you're going to do shitty things in the name of religion, that's what I want to talk about.
Which is the most shitty things have been done in history. But
also extremists. It's okay to have an opinion on extremists. That's another thing. It's like, if you have an opinion on anything, like Brian Regan has bits that offend people.
Yeah,
I know. But I just did a Dublin, and we did a little Q&A after. One guy was like, talk about the Catholics and the Protestants there are just crazy divided. It's like they hate each other.
Still.
And I was like, guys, relax. Both of them aren't real. That was the punchline. And I posted the clip, fun times, comedian, humorist. And I got a million, like, you're going to hell, screw you. And these are all the free speech guys. I'm like, I can't do a religion bit, but.
Yeah. It is. It's a very tough time. Who, by the way, I haven't been introduced to our friend here.
This is Winnie. Winnie's trying to get more food. This is my girlfriend's dog, and she goes to work, and I was like, I feel bad leaving the dog at home.
Yeah, Winnie deserves to be here and to weigh in on matters of religion.
Oh, yeah, she hates the Jews.
She only knows one. It's not her fault,
I have one Jewish friend.
And he forgets to let her out sometimes.
He can't eat American ham.
So, you're doing like the press tour now. I saw you on MSNBC this morning. I just flipped it on. I was like, oh shit, there it is.
Fun.
It was actually nerve-wracking. I am doing it's the paperback publication of this book. I'm very proud of my book, but I also just recently did a PSA, and this is the least sexy thing that will ever happen on your podcast.
I don't know. He farted on Allison Brie. That was pretty bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got hard.
She loves it. I am invested in agrarian farming, and so I made this PSA for with the NRDC, the Natural Resources Defense Council. It's this lobbying group. Purported like in favor of soil health, like we're lobbying Congress to encourage farmers to plant cover crops. It's a great climate change fighter. It's a great agriculture thing, and it's something that I will always be invested in. There's a lot of it in my book, although the book is also very entertaining.
All right.
There is soil talk, though. Full disclosure. But so the MSNBC appearance was not funny. The PSA is funny.
You got a line or two in there.
I played dirt.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
But they're asking me, and it's like, people always, people always shit on me, basically. I'm dirt. But we should take care of our dirt, and, you can imagine it needs its health, its microorganisms. And it actually makes it's a great carbon sink. If you have healthy dirt, it saves water, it does all these things. And so it's nerve-wracking to go on MSNBC and not be there as an entertainer, where they're like, so tell us about fucking farming and Congress. And fortunately, there was a really smart lady named Arohi from the NRDC, and I could sort of set her up where I'm like, well, 11% of our nation's emissions come from agriculture. And then she would kick in with a paragraph of intelligence.
Yes, classic humorist.
That's right. The old Garrison Keillor throw to riders in the sky.
It's got to excite the TV people, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's got some dirt on people." And then you get there, and you're like, "No, literally soil. This is it."
Can you grab a napkin too, Matt?
Well,
Also, could you? I mean, I want to try some of Nick's Scotch too. Nick Offerman has his own brand of Lagavulin.
How the hell did you pull that off?
You have a deal with, I would say, the best Scotch.
Yeah, it's up there for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally.
Can you imagine?
It's insane.
When I was 29, so 2 years ago, when I was 29 in 1999, I was at a film festival in Chicago, and my filmmaker, Scott King, bless his name, he's in Europe now. He said, we introduced the film, and we'll be back in 90 minutes for a Q&A. And he taught me the first lesson of film festivals, which is then you go have a drink. It's the perfect amount of time. So we go to a bar, and he says, up to that point, I was a broke theater actor, so I would have pints and pints of beer, and then on a special occasion, we'd get Jameson and pound some Irish whiskey.
Which is not even the best whiskey. That's funny that you
But
were
Jameson's
that broke.
great, though.
It's solid.
I love Jameson.
But when Jamo's your number one, it ain't Pappy.
Sure. But, I mean, I wouldn't have known. Like, it was all about, what do you have? What's the best affordable whiskey
exactly.
that you have at the Chicago Theater Pub?
Is it cool if we drink yours and you have ours?
Oh, sure.
Because Mark and I have our own rye. It's Bodega Cat Rye.
Oh, yeah. We're in the same biz.
I did not know that, but I'm a big rye fan.
Hell yeah. Same.
So he bought me he said, do you want to try some Scotch? I said, sure. I've heard of Eugene O'Neill wrote about it. Like, let me check it out. And he got me a glass of Lagavulin. And so he didn't say anything else. So it was like, this is Scotch. And then I was ruined.
Yes. It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
But then how do you get in cahoots with them? There's a lot of things I like that no one's putting my face on.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, hey.
Guys. And thanks again for coming.
Cheers.
Yeah.
To lucky sons of bitches.
Hell yeah. Get the book.
That is so good.
Your rye is quite nice.
Ooh.
As well.
Thank you. Top notch.
Lagavulin, it's so smoky. It's like
know.
drinking bacon or
It's like
something.
it's like a campfire in your mouth.
Yeah.
So I was 29. So then that became my drink, and then I learned, and I'm not picky. If we have whiskey, we're in good shape. I'm not persnickety.
Sure.
But over the years, if places had Lagavulin, that's what I would order, and naturally I learned to then have a rivalry with Lefroy.
Oh yeah.
And they're next door neighbors on the coast of Isla.
Oh really?
Lefroy, Lagavulin, and Ardbeg are right next to each other, and they're all
I like Ardbeg too.
Yeah, they're
all nice winter Scotch.
Very peaty.
totally.
Yeah.
So when I was then 38, I got the job of Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec.
Sure.
And somewhere early on, it was in the script, Leslie comes in for a meeting, Amy Poehler, and Ron pulls out 2 glasses and a bottle of Scotch. So we get to the day, and I open my drawer, it's Lagavulin 16, and I thought, these prop people are so good that they found out my favorite Scotch.
That's amazing.
And it was like a year later, I went to Mike Schur, who was the main creator of the show. I went to his birthday party, and I was talking to him, and Adam Scott walked up and gave him a bottle of Lagavulin 16 and said, happy birthday. And I said, that's on the show because that's my favorite Scotch. And Mike said, no, you fucking idiot. It's my favorite Scotch. Did you think they read your mind or something? And so,
Right.
So thanks to Mike, who also had exquisite taste, it became Ron's Scotch. And we used it frequently on the show. And eventually we said, has anybody heard from Lagavulin? We literally have given them like a $2 million worth of screen time.
Yes.
And we made a big deal out of it on the show. And finally, towards the end, the answer was no. We hadn't heard from them.
That's crazy. They never reached out like, this is so cool.
They were pretty small, obscure shows, so I think it hadn't quite... And American shows take a few years...
That's true.
...to get over and infiltrate the UK and Ireland. And so, towards the end, Chris Pratt got cast in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that was going to shoot in London. And so if we wanted to still have him on the season of Parks, they had to come up with a way to go shoot in London.
Whoa.
Our little Indiana show.
Yeah.
So our brilliant producer named Morgan Sackett, who shoots all the Lagavulin commercials, by the way, came up with this way to take the show to London, and they sent my character to the Lagavulin distillery. And so it just was
Kismet.
It was ridiculous. And so we all hit it off. They liked me, and they said, maybe what if we start doing commercials? And I said, oh, yes, that would be fine.
Like, just inching your way in.
You want to pay me to say that I like Oxygen? Sure.
Right.
I'll fucking back Oxygen. And so I started doing these commercials. You can find them on YouTube. We have a channel called mytalesofwhiskey.com.
Pull it up.
There are, I think, 50 of them
Jesus.
by now. And they're mostly stupid comedy shorts.
Is there like a favorite of yours we could pull up?
Gosh, well, the one that has a gazillion hits was this this one-off idea. A writer from Brooklyn Nine-Nine named David Phillips came up with, just pitching bullshit. And it was to replace the Yule log. You know how there used to be the Yule log channel at Christmas? You put it on the TV and it's just a burning fireplace. So we did our version of that where it's a fireplace and me in a chair next to it. And somebody turned it into a 10-hour loop. And like every 15 minutes, I take a sip. That's the Yule log.
Wow.
And it has, it's a...
So there's no words?
No.
That's amazing.
All I do is sit there. And so
it looks cool as hell, though.
That's brilliant.
At Christmas, then, people like in bars or workplaces they'll just put it on as like wallpaper. So that was our biggest hit.
I love
that's
it.
Like some sort of Warhol type art piece at a party.
And of course, it was just a prank it was like a throwaway idea. And at the time, the longest media we had, we could do a 45-minute take on the card that we had. And so the director is like crawling.
I mean, how bad you must be farting. You got to pee. I mean, how long do you do this?
That's my bag. It was a 45-minute take.
Wow, I love it. It's like kind of zen.
It is. I mean, and then we did one for New Year's Eve out in front of the distillery. So we start doing these commercials, and it's Morgan Sackett and Dean Holland, a great TV director who directed the most episodes of Parks and Rec. Mm-hmm. We often go back. Been to the distillery 6 or 7 times in the last 10 years. And then eventually they decided to make a Lagavulin Offerman version.
Finally.
Which is, so it keeps, I mean, I guess they're going to offer me the company at some point.
Eventually.
It continues to escalate.
Well, the first time we saw it, I was like, oh, like Nick Offerman. And then Matt was like, no, seriously. And I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm very grateful. It's apparently, the show and my endorsement has done them a lot of good.
Okay.
And so we're very grateful for the relationship. Like every time they pick us up for another year, we're just like, okay, great. Yes.
We're trying to get Sam one with Pepto.
All right.
We got to get your face on a Pepto because he drinks it all the time with the hangovers and the.
Upset stomach on the road. I've switched to peppermint pills, but like you're doing a gig on the road.
Sure.
You chug a Pepto.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into Plan B. I want my face on the pill.
That'll definitely make women want to take it for sure.
I'm inside of them.
So this is an amazing gig. So what kind of input did you have in the making of the Offerman Scotch.
There's a brilliant guy named Stuart Morrison who, and now there used to be an obscure independent distillery. They have since been purchased by Diageo, which is a big beverage company. So through Diageo, I've also done commercials for Talisker and Oban. But mainly Lagavulin.
Talisker's pretty great. I mean, they're both great.
They're fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's insane.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mm-hmm. But this great alchemist named Stuart Morrison he's the guy in the laboratory, and it's pretty fascinating because they have, think about it, like this is 11 years, so they have, in order to come up with like 50,000 cases of this, they have to find that much liquid available, and then the one that we're doing right now, or this one, for example, we finished it in these charred oak casks. So he does these experiments where we do tastings, and they're very generous. Like he sends me a kit, and we do mix. He's like, try a drop of this, and taste this one, taste that one, and so ultimately, he's the chef. He knows what the fuck he's doing. And I'm the sorcerer's apprentice, where I'm at his elbow, and I ultimately get to say which one is yummy.
Right.
And then he's like, thanks to Nick Offerman's expert palate. And they try to goose it up as though I know what the fuck I'm doing. Which all I'm doing is saying I like number 7B. And so I love it. I mean, I also write all the copy on the back of the box, and like, I pitch sort of jokes. There's little illustrations of me and stuff. So I'm very active in it because whether it's my books or anything that I endorse, I don't put my name on something if I don't stand behind it, and I try to be as involved as possible. Just so, because I think it's douchey to just If it was just my name, I don't think anybody would pay me for that. But
Right. Well,
You did also in Parks and Rec. Isn't your character? It's Elmo's a steakhouse, right? Is it
St. Elmo's?
St. Elmo's
in Indianapolis. Yeah.
Was that you, or is that like the character is gonna? Is that a thing that you brought in, or did they just say like, oh, he's gonna like this steakhouse?
Oh well, I mean, they great TV writers. What their alchemy is, they take aspects of your personality and distill them in a way where whether it's Aziz or Aubrey Plaza or Amy or me, when they were creating the show, I was in my wood shop. I actually have a wood shop in LA, and I kept talking to them on the phone. Like before we ever started, and I would have to turn off the table saw or whatever, the dust collection, and eventually they were like, "Wait, what is this?" And I said, I have a wood shop. I build heirloom furniture and boats and shit. And they said, can we come over there? And they got on a bus, and all the writers came to my shop, and they said, this is hilarious. Like, can we make your character a woodworker? And I said, yeah, great. I love it. So on the show, Ron's shop is my shop. And so somehow my love of meat, there are certain aspects of me that they then like crank up to a superhero level.
Right.
So in my touring show, I do a song called I'm Not Ron Swanson, and there's a line that's like, he can eat a big-ass steak for every single meal because his colon is fictitious, but mine is all too real. And his Scotch intake would be my liver's doom.
Right.
Because mine is controlled by nature and his by the whims of the writer's room.
Humorist.
So that's a humorist.
But you did you had a couple drinks with us, and he had a 5 a.m. pickup the next day, and he still had a couple drinks with us before he left. I was like, that's not a humorist, that's a comedian right
Hell
there.
yeah.
My bona fides.
Oh, wait, I had a question. Shit. Oh, I lost it. What were you talking about?
Ron Swanson steak.
Oh,
meat.
got it back. Thank you. Now, be honest. My wife watches the show a lot. She loves the show. She puts it on all the time. She's wildly attracted to you. That character. She's like, he's so manly and he's so masculine. You must get dozens and dozens of letters.
That's an interesting question, and I'm suddenly resentful because I feel like I should.
Oh, no.
be getting a lot of mail.
Come on, you're a good-looking guy, great hairline.
I'm grateful. Thanks to your bride.
She's here, by the way. She wants to. No, I'm just kidding.
I think because I used to get a lot of fan mail early on, and I used to on Sundays I used to really enjoy answering my fan mail, and that was about 2009, 10, and then one of the reasons Parks and Rec I think hit because we almost got canceled every year. We were never a hit show.
Right.
In later years, once streamers showed up, then it became wildly popular with young people, and they don't understand that we almost got canceled all the time. We barely.
I feel like it's the same with 30 Rock, The Office, all these classic comedies.
It's not true though. The Office was a hit, was a ratings hit,
But it blew up on another level though on Netflix.
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's also true. I mean, in this weird new advent of like comfort shows, because for the first time, even post cable, you could just have your show available.
Yeah,
and just watch it over and over. But so somewhere towards the beginning, suddenly when Parks and Rec did take off to the extent that it did, I was suddenly hugely unable to return fan mail. Like it
blew up.
It exploded, and in order to like just maintain any personal time, I also had to not really engage on social media, and so wherever that would exist, if anyone is soliciting my sexual favors, I'm unaware. I'm really unaware of it. Like,
Wow, it's out there.
I'm glad. I'm frankly glad. I'm grateful because my wife and I have a great thing, and we still maintain a healthy amount of heat between us. And so I'm also grateful that it hadn't occurred to me. That I was like, where are the I do hear on occasion from the sort of bear community.
I bet. Well,
Depending on what facial hair I'm rocking.
right. Well, you're an alpha.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're a top
I mean,
in that world.
yeah, by and large, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are the Bears always the top? I didn't even know that.
I assume they're the.
They're
ones
bigger, but I don't know.
doing
But I don't know what the hell
Two
the.
Bears go at it from time to time.
Yeah, sure.
Bears
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you can be a pitcher or catcher as a
Yeah,
bear.
I would hope.
And I'm relatively ignorant, but I do know there are bears and there are cubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've met cubs, and generally, I hate to make a stereotype, but cubs are probably more likely to be found on the bottom of
I would think so.
Yeah,
any
well,
arrangement.
Especially in baseball, they're in the bottom of the division.
Well, boy, that's
Chicago.
they're my team.
oh, it's just a bunch of Burt Kreischers.
And I wish
photos.
I could argue with you.
Well, I've been called an otter.
What is that?
That's like a scruffy, skinny guy. I'm not a twink level. That's too small. I'm like an otter, and then I think you're a giraffe. I would assume.
Are we allowed to say twink? Because I remember doing I did that show at midnight back in the day, and Jesse Joyce was like helping with my punch up of the jokes, and I said twink, and he goes, "You can't say that," and I was like, "This guy wrote roast jokes for Greg Giraldo. He's telling me I can't say this."
I didn't know that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
offensive. Huh?
I don't know.
I didn't know that either. I mean, I thought it was.
I don't know.
Maybe not. It's a cute word, twink.
I suppose in some circles it could be considered derogatory.
Circle
That's not
jerks.
how we mean it, though.
But yeah,
Right.
I thought it was just a category of like a puckish or fairy-like
Yeah, fairy. He's
with an E, Faerie.
yes, like Staten Island.
Like the
fairy.
wee folk.
Got it.
Well,
like a nymph.
That's right.
Not to make too
Like a
obvious a
dryad.
segue here, but the gay character you played on Last of Us is that's an incredible episode of
Great
TV.
arc.
Thank you.
That was like it was a slow burn
and great segue.
Killer.
But I was watching that and I was just like the way it was like a short. It was like a
Yes.
film. It wasn't like an episode of TV.
It was hats off to Neil Druckmann who created the video game, but Craig Mazin who did the show Chernobyl, and also Craig Mazin also wrote Hangover 2. Like
What? Is that right?
He has the most incredible arc. At the time,
What a range.
His son was on a little league team that my woodshop sponsored. So one of my little league dads, and he wrote movies like it's called Superhero Movie. at least a couple of the scary movies.
Oh, wow.
So he's this great.
Which ones did he write? Can you look it up?
So he knows comedy.
He's this great big brain that like creates these satires of a form. And then one of my Little League dads wrote Hangover 2, and I was like, holy shit. It's so incredible. Cut to, he had the idea for Chernobyl, and nobody would make it, of course, because they're like, what are you going from Hangover to this? And so he kind of had to make it on his own. He had to produce it himself, and of course, it won every award.
Yeah,
and is
great.
an astonishing.
I gotta watch it. Everyone's told me to watch
awesome.
it. I gotta put that on.
It's incredible. It stopped us up in the beginning of the pandemic when it came on because it's fucking Chernobyl. Like nothing is more bleak.
Yeah.
It's a true depiction, and like people are melting from radiation and shit. So we shut it off for a year and a half, and then came back to it, and it's worth it.
It's that actor from Mad Men, right? It's
Jared Harris.
Yeah, that guy's incredible.
Son of Richard Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That guy could put him back. Richard
really?
Harris?
Yes.
He was like a legendary director.
Yeah, they would. I mean, those guys and Peter O'Toole and what's his name?
I believe it was a Sir now.
Probably.
Yeah.
They would Oliver Reed. They would do Shakespeare on the West End, and at intermission they'd go across the alley to the pub, and the stage manager would have to go pull them back on stage for their entrance. And they, generally they would come out and successfully elocute Shakespearean monologue. They would destroy the audience, just totally shit-faced.
There's these old Hollywood stories of Spencer Tracy being such a blackout drunk that the studio would hire people to shadow him and have to like carry him into a car so there wouldn't be an article. And you're like, holy shit. Not stop drinking. It's like, oh no, we'll help you.
Right.
We'll help you get this drunk.
Shepherd. That's great.
It's a crazy thing. Craig Mazin wrote that episode, and so I mean that, and I guess I'll tell. Well, no, I'm not going to.
This wasn't in the video game, I assume. There wasn't a weird, it's random gay couple.
It's touched upon.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and most people breeze by. Like you had to really dig in deep to understand that they had a relationship. So. Here are some minor spoilers for the Last of Us video game.
Please.
Which I've never seen beyond seeing like stills of the character. You meet my character, and he's angry, and he has these interactions with the leads. Frank I think he's hung himself, and so you understand that they had a relationship. And you see Frank's writes a letter about there's something about a partnership, like it's intimated, and then also in Bill's bunker you find gay porn magazines, I think. So there are clues, and Frank talks about their being partners, but the letter that you find, it's really well done on Neil's part. It's angry.
Right.
It's like, fuck, I always fucking hated you. Like, I'm killing this is my suicide note. And I hated you. But if you get all the clues, you're like, oh, you were lovers. Like, this is a marriage.
You got to hand it to We've come a long way since Frogger. Depth and relationships,
totally,
and hidden meanings.
Yeah, this has all the nuance of.
I feel like video games make more money than movies now, right?
It's pretty crazy. I gave me personally in the late 90s, I played a couple games and lost a couple weeks to them.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Banjo-Kazooie and Earthworm Jim.
Oh, I loved Earthworm Jim.
And it was the same guy. This is all about Scott King, the guy who gave me my first Lagavulin. Was the first couch I surfed when I got to LA. And he's a wonderful, brilliant brainiac. We made a really weird movie called Treasure Island that I'm really proud of. It was at Sundance in '98. I was couch surfing with him. He was a gamer, and he was like, hey, I just got these 2 new games. Do you want to basically eat pizza all day for 2 weeks and play video games? And I was like, yeah, man. Hollywood is awesome.
Yeah.
So we did, and we methodically beat each of the 2 games.
Wow.
And then at the end of those 2 weeks, I might as well have been masturbating for 2 weeks because I was like, that was amazing. And as soon as it's over, I was like, what the fuck did I do? I just lost 2 weeks of my life.
This is pre-Megan Mullally.
It is pre-Megan.
Okay, yeah, because I can almost hear her vagina drying up.
No.
You earthworm gymming all day in your underwear.
No, I met her a year or two later, and my life got very happy.
Yeah.
And I've never needed another PlayStation.
Yeah, you talk about it like it was a heroin phase. I did that for a while, and I got out of it. Then I met my wife.
I'm very grateful. Yeah, I've had those lessons in life where I've had the opportunity to try something without getting arrested or killed, and enough to say, oh, I get it. I get why people throw their lives away on narcotics or video games or whatever it is. And for me, I have an addictive personality, so I'm thankfully able to say, all right, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
We were talking before you got here, Matt and I, about the episode you did of Last of Us, and it's like, first off, I think it's cool as hell that you don't see a lot of like badass gay characters on screen.
Right.
Like your character is like a survivalist badass, got a gun, got a camera set up. But then we were talking, we're like, was he gay, or
Did he know he was gay?
Did he know he was gay, or does he show up and he's like, I'm lonely? Because I was thinking about it. I was watching with my girlfriend this episode, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I would be gay in this type of environment. Then by the end of the episode, I was like, oh, I would definitely have been gay.
Right.
Because it was like a meaningful relationship, and that's the only type of relationship you could have.
Well, I mean, to sort of answer your intimated question, I think yes. He knew he was gay, but he was powerfully closeted.
Yeah.
You know, when the world still existed, that was part of his bitterness, was like he was going to be goddamned if he was going to be gay, because he didn't fit the stereotype, like, because he was also this badass. And that's how I felt so lucky to get the job, because they needed a guy who could use a shovel. And there's only 3 of us in Hollywood. Harrison Ford passed, and Jane Lynch was not available. And that's one of the 2 jokes that I've written. I've written 2 jokes.
That's a great joke.
Good joke.
Since I became a humorist.
Lesbian jokes, they always work.
I was pretty happy. But
I said it to Mateo Lane, my friend who's a gay guy, the other day. I was like, gay guys make neighborhoods nicer. And I said, but do lesbians? He goes, they build them.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, they're not as visible in the parade because they're fixing the floats.
Woo! But yeah,
It's so cool that you've done these, like,
Is it okay to perpetuate positive stereotypes, like lesbians are great with tools?
yeah.
think
I don't
so.
see why black guys big dicks, Asians are smart.
That's right. That's exactly what
Oh no.
Well, that's the Jewish one is always so weird. Like, Jews are successful, these pieces of shit. I'm like, that's your zing?
I know, but there also a lot of the conspiracy theories end with Jews eat babies. There's a lot of bad ones in there,
you
too.
wait long enough.
That's why you don't see a lot of Jewish conspiracy theorists, because we see where they end up.
Babies aren't kosher. How can that work?
Lesbians are heroic unless they're Rothschilds,
Yeah.
is the headline.
Do you?
Right.
So it's so cool. You've been in these movies that are like, first off, you've been in so many funny movies and funny parts, but then, like, are you kind of more hungry for these dramatic roles now?
It's a good question. Like I said earlier, I wanted to get good parts in plays in Chicago theater. I went to theater school at the University of Illinois, which is kind of funny. It's Champaign-Urbana in the middle of the cornfields, but it's actually a great theater school that prepares you, that teaches you how to stand and perform Chekhov. And so in Chicago theater, I had a theater company with my friends called the Defiant Theater, and you kind of do whatever is in your toolbox, whatever is on the season. And so I love doing comedy, but I also love being a scary motherfucker. Like, the only time I really won a good award for acting was in a play in 1995 called The Kentucky Cycle. And that's me in The Kentucky Cycle. I wore a suit and I was very tired. It was a 7-hour play. It was this Pulitzer Prize-winning play by Robert Schenken. And I played an Irish indentured servant who was a murderer, and it was a scary motherfucker that you love to hate.
Uh-huh.
And so that, I thought, was my bag. I thought I was like Alan Rickman in Robin Hood, where I was like, or Die Hard. Like,
Yeah.
and I thought that was my niche. But then I also love making people laugh. And so I don't really. My ambitions don't lie in genre. I have been lucky enough to just kind of be open to. I read what comes in, and like after Parks and Rec, I never dreamed that I would have such a effective comedy character.
Yeah.
And it took the genius of Mike Schur in his writer's room and Greg Daniels. And all these and Dan Gore, who created Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like they thought of what to do with this, in so much more of a clever way than I ever could have come up with. And so then, after 125 episodes of that, then I got these great offers from Hot Shots with TV deals that were like, and I was like, okay, the one thing I don't want to do, obviously, is another Ron Swanson. And they're like, yes, of course. Us either. So we have this guy, he's like an ex-Marine, he's great at grilling, and I got like 3 offers of huge jobs that were just another, he's known for his mustache or whatever.
Sure.
And I was like, thank you so much, but that's like
too similar.
I think I'm not thin. My ambitions aren't shallow enough. I could just make a ton of money playing a guy with a mustache for the rest of my life.
Yeah, then you're the one-note guy.
Yeah.
But isn't it a hard line to walk between being the one note guy and also like, well, this is what people want? I mean, I feel like you can look at a lot of Jim Carrey's movies in the '90s, and he's kind of doing a similar character, Bill Murray, or Will Ferrell, even, who are all great.
I agree, right. and that's the thing is like, and we all have our certain toolboxes, like. When I went to theater school, I aspired to be more of like a Gary Oldman or Daniel Day-Lewis, where you become a little more unrecognizable. And I think I walked the line between, because generally it's hard to disguise my voice. People generally, although in the Lego movie, I play Metalbeard the pirate.
Oh, yeah.
And I sound like a weird Irish pirate. And that's the one time that somebody let me do something that doesn't sound like this fucking guy.
It's weird because they want Nick Offerman for the voice, and then you come in with that voice. Are they annoyed?
No, it was really fun. It was Lord and Miller who make like the Spider-Man multiverse things, and they made the 21 Jump Street movies and the After Party. These guys are brilliant and prolific, and so we're in a Warner Brothers recording studio, and we're messing around, and the character had a song, and so I was just fucking around, like in a stoned way, playing with voices, and we happened upon that voice, and they let me do it, and I was so grateful that for once I didn't have to sound like this. But to answer your question, so I don't care if it's funny or dramatic. I was just telling a friend. I just signed on to produce and be a supporting actor in an independent film that came my way by a total unknown. It's kind of his first script, and it's a fucking hilarious, brilliant script. And I got a hold of the guy, and I was like, where the fuck did you come from? Like, this is great.
Yeah. And
the reason I read everything is because, by God, at some point that motherfucker's going to show up.
You never know.
And it's so inspiring, and so my buddy and I are going to help produce this movie.
I love that.
And it makes you cry, and it's really funny. It's a great script. So when I was getting offered those post Ron Swanson roles, I talked to my agents and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go to my wood shop and make some shit. And let's create some daylight. Let's create a vacuum, because nature abhors that. And sure enough, after a couple months of like saying no to stuff, Alex Garland called me, who made the movie Ex Machina, Annihilation.
Great movie.
To be in
Ex Machina is like incredible.
It's incredible. It's a masterpiece. He for me, he's like the Kubrick of our day.
Hell yeah.
And or if you're a douche, the Kubrick of our day. If you say Bertolt Brecht.
Right.
But he wanted to meet me to do this sci-fi series called Devs, and I was standing in my wood shop when I got this call, and I started crying. I was like, it fucking worked. Like, Kubrick called me.
Yeah.
I said no to all the grill guys, and now I get to do this beautiful series.
Although you have to have a mustache in his movie. And talk about it.
I did have a beard, but I'm pretty unrecognizable.
Oh, cool.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he didn't require it. That was my choice.
Good. It's cool that scripts are still coming in because we see the same Marvel and even Top Gun. Like they do well, and it's great that theaters are still open and movies are being made. But it's nice to hear when just a great script comes through. You're like, all right, let's do this.
It is. It's interesting. I'm lucky enough to experience tastes of both ends of the rainbow because I have a supporting role in the Mission Impossible movie that's coming out next summer.
Wow, is another one?
Which
it's the 7.
It's this. This is 8.
8.
Wow.
And it's the second half of 7. So it's called Dead Reckoning 1 and 2.
Okay.
And those Chris McQuarrie, who makes those, he's made something like a dozen movies with Tom Cat since like Valkyrie. And that was so fascinating because I don't ever work on that level on big studio things.
What type of character is it?
I'm not sure.
Grill.
This guy. It's a guy with a really masculine beard. I feel like I'm trying to remember what's out there. I'm a high. I think I can safely say I'm a high up military presence.
Gotcha.
I don't want to.
Do you have scenes with Tom Cruise?
I can't remember.
Was there a guy on an apple box?
To be honest, but the thing was, it was fucking fascinating. Like these guys, while we were shooting, I don't know. Now I'm getting confused in my years, but at least a year ago. Yeah, it was a year and a half ago. While we're shooting, the new Top Gun came out, with which our writer-director Chris McQuarrie wrote.
Wow.
And so he and Tom, are coming to work every day, and we're working, shooting, while their movie passed $1 billion in like a month.
So they're feeling good.
And so there's that sensibility of like, they're really, and when Chris McQuarrie, they call him McHugh, when he, set up a call to ask me to come do the job, his opening line, I hadn't met him, so this is us meeting, and he said, so this is really fun, and he's a really funny, smart, personable guy. You would think somebody like that would be, I don't know, I feel like James Cameron would be hard to talk to, and he probably is, because he's openly said that he doesn't like actors. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Sure. I mean,
they helped him make $1 billion, but that's cool.
He doesn't need them. He just needs computer versions of them.
Right.
But Chris McQuarrie is incredibly personable. So we get on the phone, and he was literally in South Africa. They had just shot, Tom Cruise like jumping off a fucking rocket ship, and he said, Nick, so here's the deal. Here's how we make these movies. We jump out of an airplane and we start sewing a parachute as we're falling. Like we know where we want to get to. We get all these people together and we start shooting and we like literally make it up as we go. And so I got my first pages of script day one sitting in the hair and makeup chair. They brought me my first pages of script.
So you don't know what you're doing.
That's correct. I know my character and I know the circumstance, but there's like 8 of us in this big scene, and so we all at the last minute are like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm learning my lines as I'm about to go into my first day, working with these A-list actors."
Sure.
And so it's very different from all the theater and indie film shit that I'm used to, but it's fascinating, and it was interesting because on a certain level, you can't argue with that they make very successful, that they're the best at what they do.
Yes, well, we need both.
Exactly, and I feel very lucky that I get to dip my toe into the separate waters.
Yeah. I just worry that the indie is going away, so I'm glad. Like, it's good to have a Pulp Fiction and a Forrest Gump, but I worry without DVD sales to maybe like prop up an Office Space.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time on the pod. We love movies. We love obscure movies. We love big budget stuff too. But yeah, I agree with Mark. We need the kind of, you need like a Sideways too.
Yes, yes,
totally, 100%. And I'm an optimist, but I don't think it can ever go away because that's the one thing you can never replicate. Like, to each their own. Like, I'm not interested in shitting on Marvel movies, for example.
No.
But they're not my bag, and here's the thing. I mean, I've thought about this quite a bit because I actually auditioned to play Wolverine when.
Wow.
And there's a crazy story.
That's hilarious. Wolverine, if he just got divorced.
This was like this was 98 or 99 when they made the first one, and it was Brian
Singer.
Who made
Great
the
guy,
first
I've
X-Men.
heard. Yeah.
He's very friendly. I've been given to understand. They cast a Canadian actor named Doug Ray Scott, and he was doing a Mission Impossible movie, and they kept holding him they wouldn't release him, and so Hugh Jackman got flown in for day one without ever having met Bryan Singer. So when he ended up, of course, getting a lifetime career of this role of Wolverine, which
Sure.
he
Killed it.
was incredible at, and
I remember hearing about it. Like, who the hell is Hugh Jackman? This is X-Men, And now I'm like, oh, that guy, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a
But I remember at the time, my friends were like, it should be Mel Gibson. I was like, yeah, Mel Gibson. Then 5 years later, I was like, good thing it's not Mel Gibson.
yeah, thankfully.
That'd be a different movie.
But though I was a big fight choreographer for the stage. I love sword fighting, and I love combat. I love Jackie Chan. Like,
Sure.
I love the sense of swashbuckler, and it's something that I miss with modern CGI and editing. It's very rare that you see a cool character with the panache of like Gene Kelly. Mm-hmm. So if somebody's going to beat somebody up, very rarely do they like boing, like flip a prop and catch it, and you're like, oh man, they're fucking cool as hell. Now it's all editing or it's CGI. They do something super cool, but they didn't really have to learn to do it.
Right.
And that, to me, personally, when CGI took over, and it's not just the Marvel movies, which is like when fantastical movies now, Doctor Strange is one that I love the comic, but there's nothing Doctor Strange can do, or Thanos, or you name it, that I'm going to be like, how the fuck did they do that? But if you go back and watch Indiana Jones, you're like, holy, like, those props, those stunts are physical and real.
Yes.
The guy slides under the truck with that whip and all that shit. You're like, holy shit, that. And that's a big part of why Tom Cruise still sells so well, is because he's doing that. They show you, here's Tom Cruise jumping off a cliff on a motorcycle. And
It's insane.
Like, yeah,
he's still doing it.
It really is. I mean,
Unbelievable.
we saw a bunch of footage cut together. It was on his 60th birthday.
Oh my God! And what's he running from? How does he have that in him still? He could just put his feet up in Barbados and take it easy.
Why is there a picture of me as Wolverine?
Oh, we got a lot of windows open.
That's pretty incredible.
What does he do?
Yeah,
my God.
Oh, this is apparently the biggest stunt in movie history. Whoa,
on, man. I mean, that's
my
McHugh.
God, that's my cue to shit my pants.
Come on, man.
He did that. Jesus.
Yeah. And they showed us a bunch of footage that is going to be in number 8. Of them getting up to some tomfoolery with a couple of biplanes.
Oh, I like straight planes.
And thankfully, we're standing next to him, and I was so tense from watching these stunts that I was like, thank goodness you're standing here, because otherwise there's no way somebody could survive what he does in these things.
I mean, Jussie Smollett must watch that and go, shit, I'm a hoax, I'm a fraud.
Yeah,
he's really doing it.
It's true. It's but so that to me is why we'll never lose the sense of indie films. That's why we're on strike right now, partly because we have to get it in our contract that you can't replace us with AI.
Which is, I think, pretty reasonable.
It is.
Yeah.
But of course, also you can just imagine the capitalists.
Sure.
Like the big story that came out that they want to be able to hire an extra and create. By the way, this is a friend of mine worked on the Fast and Furious, where sadly Paul Walker died in the middle of it, and they had to create him with 4 different guys and CGI
Wow.
to finish the movie.
A little weird.
And ever since then, she was a makeup artist, and she came back and said, be careful, because from now on, any big budget movie is going to build a digital version of you in case you die in an accident.
Right. So it started with pure motives, and then
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and
beware.
so now producers, for example, want to be able to hire an extra and build you. So they hire you and pay you for one day.
So extras get fucked too.
Here's $30 and a sandwich. And they build you, and then they just use that software for the run of the movie.
Wow.
And so it's extrapolate that into like, now some people argue the other side of it, where they're like, well, if you
The horse and buggy
if you sell
argument.
the Nick Offerman software, you could be making 10 movies at once and make a lot of money and turn into a bigger asshole than you already are. I want to come down on the side of artistry versus commerce, and so I insist that there will never be anything approaching the magic of a human being.
You hope.
Like put a person on stage and turn the lights on, and you can't beat that, whether it's on screen or stage,
Yes.
with something computer generated.
It's phone sex versus real sex. There's always
Exactly.
going to be a winner.
I was like fucking a sex doll. It's not even phone sex. It's not a person on the other end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point.
That's a good point. So for me, once CGI took over and Doctor Strange does the most astonishing things, I'm still left a little cold, where I'm like, yeah, but he didn't really do it, did he?
And also the
Right.
Marvel stuff, there's too many of them. Like there's literally like once Disney Plus took over and started making like shows out of it, I was like, it's becoming insane. Like I love Star Wars growing up, but there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
Now there's like all these extended universes, which is fine, but you do take away the magic. I love The Sopranos. I didn't like the movie. It just
Right.
it lost the magic for me. I think sometimes you take that time off too, and the magic's gone.
Sure.
It'll be interesting too to talk to like the next generation, because we both were referencing early Indiana Jones or Star Wars, where I would argue that like the weird fucking aliens at the nightclub playing instruments,
The cantina.
they have the magic of the Muppets, where they exist in physical reality.
Right.
And if you give me a cartoon, even a realistically rendered cartoon of the cantina, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna feel the same pull.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like Gen Z kids or whatever.
I don't
They
think
don't
they care.
care.
They don't care. They don't care about anything.
I don't think they care about artists. I don't think they like if an artist paints these amazing paintings with a brush. It's different than doing it computer generated.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
just swiping. They're just scrolling.
I was at a museum
more.
earlier looking at some woodworking at an art museum, and there were these cool artifacts on the wall that drew my eye. And I was talking to the docents, and I was like, wow, these are really cool. When you get up close, you can see that it's made out of plywood, and they're dyed pink. And then I realized they were made with a CNC, a computer driven router. And I immediately was like, this is garbage. Like, I don't
Garbage.
care about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nonetheless, I don't even mean, I don't want to fully denigrate, but it lost the magic.
Of course.
It wasn't a sculpture. It wasn't sculpted.
It's like when we love stand-up comedy, obviously. When you go, oh, he has writers, you're kind of like, I thought it was out of his brain, his point of view.
Yeah,
So
when a
that's
comic
bummer.
has writers, we always lose a little respect because, I understand if you have a TV show, that's one thing, but for your stand-up, if you have writers, it's kind of, it loses the magic.
Yeah.
I understand that powerfully. I mean, yes, it's one thing if you're doing a monologue every night, obviously.
Sure.
Who can do that? But yeah, if you're touring an hour, that's your voice. That
Exactly.
makes a difference.
You want Rodney. You don't
right.
want the team. But yeah. Oh, I had another thing. Shit. I lost it.
Ron Swanson.
No.
Did
Damn
you
it.
want to do peeves or anything?
Yo, we should do peeves.
Oh,
Can we do?
Oh right, we
You
didn't talk
sent in-
about
did you
our
send in
assignment.
peeves?
Oh.
I did send in peeves, and I even thought of another one.
Please.
Uh-oh.
Does anybody have what I sent in? And I'll pick between.
Yeah, we do have. We'll
I
pull
mean,
it
you can
up.
do them all.
Oh, I remember what I want to say. We'll fill the time. I did see the Indiana Jones new movie,
Email?
and the AI is unbelievable because they make them look young, and it's pretty convincing.
I mean, sure. There's every conversation requires nuance. you know.
Sure,
There's
sure.
good and bad to all of it.
Of course. But the whole time you're just watching going, I can't believe they pulled this off instead of this is a good movie.
I mean, I have a book that I want to adapt
Let me a taste.
into a film, and it's a guy's life story. And I can play the guy probably I'm 53. With makeup, I could probably play the guy from like 40 on.
Sure.
But there's some great scenes of the guy at 20, like riding a horse, and he's a period farmer.
Yeah.
And so even as I'm conceptualizing the movie, I'm like, what do I do? And I think I would rather try and cast somebody close to me.
I think that's cooler, though. You get two performances. Like, they did that movie on Brian Wilson, and you get John Cusack playing him older and Paul Dano, and now you get two great performances.
Right.
I understand that is costing the studio more money, but I think it made the movie so much better.
I agree, and I'm trying to get Cusack to play the young.
Keep going younger.
We'll see. Joan Cusack.
There we go.
While I'm stretching for time here, Mark, can you share with him the story from Conan that you shared earlier?
Oh yeah, well, you had a great line. I met you for 8 seconds, like a rodeo, and I was in. They didn't like my outfit, so they had to give me a button down to wear. So I was in a robe, and you walked by and said, "Shave the boy and send him to my room." And I got a huge laugh in the room, and that was it.
Fantastic.
So always fun when you can get a zing in.
I remember that
riff.
That's like a Mel Brooks thing or something. Have him shaved and sent to my room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got
It killed.
Yeah, I don't write
some of
jokes.
Nick's peeves here. People cutting off in traffic is the first one.
Yeah. Well, let's jump to number 3. Podcasts of aimless chatting. which I thought might get a laugh, but also is for real. Like, it's a thing. So now for years now, everyone has a podcast.
Of course.
And I enjoy them or despise them like anybody, like anything. I love some country. I hate some country music. Mm-hmm. But when there are people that I like, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to check out their podcast, and you tune in, and they're like, hey, here I am in my garage in Denver with my 2 friends, and they proceed to talk about a laundry anecdote for the first 28 minutes.
I've done that one.
And I'm like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's people who don't think they're cuter than they are.
Totally.
Where it's like, hey, I fucking love you drew me to your podcast. Now,
Indulgence.
At least drive towards some content.
Yes.
And it's before they bring their guest out. And it's,
I mean, it's a crazy stat, but they say I think 2% of podcasts make it past 20 episodes.
Oh, that's wild.
So it's wildly like we're in the way, way upper echelon just with a certain amount of episodes.
Well, dude, the amount of pods that will do that, it is insane. And that's why we try to have some structure at this, but it's...
Well, it's a good mix. But you're intelligent, curious people, and so the conversations you didn't do half an hour before I got here. That's what kills me.
We did like 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm
just to build it up.
But you're driving towards something. Like, you guys are interested in the world. It's not. It's navel gazing where. And when even podcasts of people that I love, if there's 3 hosts, I'm always like, I don't want to do that podcast because I'm like, I'm not going to get to talk.
Yeah.
Because that's why we don't let them talk.
You're
it's
all
brutal.
funny, yeah. Would you mind going in the hallway? But here's something I want to touch on because there's a little bit of a PSA to it because it just happened to me again, and this is a little bit rarefied.
All right.
Because it involves Funko Pop dolls. But it doesn't have to. But for me specifically, here's the peeve: autograph people now do a thing.
Oh, I've seen these.
They now do a thing where they find out they have people on the inside at airlines. Put in see how many Ron Swanson ones you can find, please. They have people at the airline.
I've seen this.
And they find out when you're flying in to Philly, to Cleveland, to Vancouver, and they fucking hit you at baggage claim. They get in somehow.
For these dolls, they want you to sign them?
Yeah, so there are at least 8 of these there's 8 versions of Ron Swanson.
Wow.
Ron,
That's pretty good.
That's pillbox hat dancing Ron.
But baggage claim is already held. You've gotten off the flight. Now you're waiting.
And so
with the bag.
So specifically for me, because these, and I really would like to maybe do some homework to find out what are you actually getting for a Funko Pop that I've signed, because these guys show up and it's always big bearded guys.
Yes.
And
There's no way they're keeping it, right? Or
Oh,
is
no,
there-
no. eBay.
No, it's clearly like it's openly, because they have several. They have a bag of stuff.
A good way to ruin that for them is let me make it out to you.
Well, no, I try that, but they
Just the
they
autograph?
get around it. They have learned
800 clams. Holy shit. I mean, you could get a real job for the amount of work it takes to go to the
that's-
airport, get in, get
That's
these Funkos.
what I say to them. So please, I basically a long time ago, even before these dolls, I began saying to professional autograph people, because they also meet you outside of Letterman or
Yeah.
Colbert, and when they have it taped off, and it's obviously going to a collector, like a sale, I just say, I don't want to encourage this. Like, you're a parasite, and I'm friendly about it, but I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Like,
know.
how long are you hanging out here at baggage claim? And how much are you to roll the dice that you can sell something I signed? And I always think of my wife, who's much more of like a sex symbol, and like, where I'm like, I don't want to encourage you to do this, because then you're going to do it to people like my wife who couldn't beat you up.
Good point.
And because sometimes they show up at your hotel, and I'm like, please don't. Like, I'm not going to participate in this. And I did it recently, and these guys in Philly got in my face.
Whoa!
And I said, listen, let's just take a breath, and look at, like, take a step back. You're getting upset with me because I won't sign your doll. And these guys are in fully Philadelphia Phillies gear, wearing their jerseys and their hats. And this guy gets up in my face, this sad Philly fan, and was like, hey man, we know where your show is. Like, we know where your hotel is.
What?
Like have fun getting safe to your hotel tonight.
The saddest tough guys
And
ever.
I was like,
It's a terrorist.
wow, man. I got my phone out, and I'm like videoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I went over to this tiny security guy.
They're talking to a mob boss. He didn't sign the fucking doll.
Yeah. Hey,
He didn't sign it.
get in here. Where's my Funko Pop?
Whack 'em.
I went and found a tiny Asian elderly security guy, and was like, hey, these guys, like, and they were already gone.
Yeah. He's like, I love Funko.
But the PSA is, please don't go to the fucking baggage claim and ask people to sign your shit. Like,
That's crazy.
Get a job.
Yes.
Like do something with your life. That's so sad and
I had a
parasitic.
weird
Yeah.
situation in Toronto a few weeks ago. It was like a really fun gig. I was playing the Meridian Hall Theater. It was really exciting, and it's part of the JFL festival, so I'm going in after Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey. They're doing their podcast before me in the venue. So all the fans out there are hoping to meet them. Right. And then they turn to me like, once one person recognized me, they're like, "Oh, autograph," and I'm like, I don't want to be your sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
It's like you hit on the girl at the bar; she wasn't there. You come to me, but
Right.
I signed them. But
He signed the Jenna Fisher.
I signed Angela Kinsey here.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The King of Comedy?
Great movie.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
De Niro's profession in that movie. He's
Rupert
an autograph-
Pupkin.
Rupert Pupkin. He's an autograph seeker, and he
Oh, that's
collects and
right.
sells them.
Damn.
Yeah. But then he makes it. Ma!
The worst people always make it.
Yeah.
That's the moral of that story.
Well, we have a Funko here. No. All right.
I mean,
You got another peeve here with the what is it? Airport stadiums named after corporations.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's
my
a great
God.
one.
We're going to Nokia to see the Super Bowl.
it's
Like,
so
what?
sadly American. I mean, our fealty to our corporations is so complete that the poor White Sox are now playing in guaranteed rate field.
Oh.
Or the Padres play in Petco Park, where it's like, look,
Petco Park?
I understand that you have to slather advertising across every available inch around the baseball field. So I'm watching Joey Votto, or like I'm watching some hero.
Yeah.
And it's like, hefty. Where I'm like, can't I have my baseball?
I grew up in New Orleans. We had the Superdome. That was like our pride and joy, and now it's the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Well, they did a great joke about this in basketball where they were playing at Maxi Tampon Arena. Love that.
Well, the storied Lakers now play in Crypto.com Arena.
Well, before it was the Staples Center. It wasn't like it was a
cool.
Staples kind of works, but yeah.
Well, Staples, because there's a great R&B group, so you can mistake it for like.
Well, there's also
the Staples Center. I'll take
plays
you
in
there.
There's
better than the R. Kelly Center.
Office Depot, the Office Depot Arena or something. There's an Office Depot.
Yeah,
one, which sounds
a
like
bummer.
The saddest fucking place in a strip mall. Not a place where a team plays.
It is. I mean, and so don't just complain. Offer a solution. My solution is, get together, understand that if you can have class with your corporation, it's probably going to help your sales. Like, I would argue, I don't know that the Staples Center is like, by the way, I need some 3-hole paper. Where should we stop?
I know. Does it really work?
After the game. Oh,
that's a good point. Well, I gotta next week. I'm doing the Funko Center, which is super annoying. But yeah, no, that's a great one. It's so true. It strips it with it's a little less dignity, a little less fun. No, it's just corporations.
And
all day.
I love the Cubs. I mean, I'm a lifelong Cubs fan. My whole big family in Illinois. And we love going to Wrigley Field, and I love singing the stretch and throwing out the first pitch. And
did you throw a strike?
I have not thrown a strike yet. I threw a ball, and then I've done it 2 more times. And one time I had my cousin do it. Maybe I don't, or then the other time I had my dad do it.
Oh, fun.
Because we bring a bus with like 24 people. So yeah, I did a whole bit with my dad. We planned this thing where we come out, and he and I we plan this thing where we shake hands, and I do an elaborate stretching, and then I get lined up like I'm going to throw to center field, and he's like, no, other way.
That's great.
And so we spent all the time doing the bit, and then I didn't like get settled before throwing the pitch, because I practiced for like a month.
Of course,
like,
you got to practice. You don't have a Fauci.
But it's something that I greatly enjoy, and I love listening to both the TV guys and the radio guys. We have this great guy named Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer on the radio, and so quite often I never have the luxury where I can sit and watch a game. But so quite often, like, I'll be at my wood shop, or I'll be getting something done. So I listen to the radio more than I have the TV guys, and both of them. It cracks me up. I mean, Christopher Guest could do a whole movie about it, where they're like, okay, and here's Nico Horner comes to the plate. The plate is sponsored by Solo Cups, and every single thing has a scripted line,
right?
That they can't get through an inning without hitting like 8 endorsements. And you're just like, guys. And they're great at casually just like throwing them out there. But I'm like, God damn it, why can't you just...
Disgusting. Anyway, this podcast is brought to you by Stamps.com.
MeUndies. I will, to piggyback on your peeve, I will say with stadiums, enough with the music every 2 seconds. All right, everybody, here we go. How do you feel about this? We're doing the hokey pokey. Now we're doing that. And you're like, let me just enjoy it. I went to a soccer or football game in London. I went to Arsenal. There's none of that. It's just game... beer.
It's all for the kids. That's why.
That's what it is.
It's not for the adults anymore.
But I would offer in European football or footy.
Yeah.
The thing that I envy them is in America we get drunk as a group and just scream violence and filth, and we're fully prepared to fight each other. And your kids. I'll beat your fucking kid up.
Yeah, damn right.
If he's wearing the wrong jersey. In English football, they have a culture that predates, like, is ancient, where the entire stadium will sing songs together.
Yes.
And they're clever, and and sometimes they're horrible and racist.
Horrible, yeah, but they're fun.
But my favorite was, and everyone knows, everyone joins in immediately. So instead of just like, dot, 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 like we're kindergartners. The whole stadium is singing to the other team, "Your support is fucking shit."
Yes.
Whereas, like, everyone en masse, and it feels like a gladiator arena.
Yes, exactly.
And it's still drunken and boisterous, but it's like you and your team sucks in a group. It feels neighborly.
Yeah.
Instead of just like illiterate
Even the
screaming.
cheers feel kind of corporate in a weird way. They're not, but
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, you know what? The other thing is every sports gambling was illegal, 3 years ago? Now
man.
every DraftKings, FanDuel,
they're everywhere.
BetMGM. It's insane how it went from illegal to like, is this mandatory? Do I have to bet on the game now?
Yeah, right.
And again, it's in the channels that you're watching and listening to with your kids, which I don't have kids, but I mean, it's fucking gambling. Like we've learned not to have me come on like selling Marlboros. Like we're like, okay, that's fucked. In every way. And now suddenly you even have athletes. You have baseball players being like, "Hey, it's me, whatever." I can't think of which one was on, so I don't want to say the wrong one. But it's me, Pete Rose. And
about time we forgave him for that one.
I'm putting $50 on.
That would be great.
In the middle of watching it on TV, and I think that's upsetting.
Yeah, well, we act like this is a new thing. I mean, they used to have like the Velveeta Comedy Hour, or the Pennzoil Variety Show.
Brought to you by Chesterfield.
There you go.
You made me think of a bit I'm working on. I don't know if there's more here. Can I try a bit?
Sure.
So you're talking about the fighting at the game, or the drinking at the game, but like every football game now, it's like I watch the NFL, and it's like every week there's a fight. There'll be women fighting, and one of my angles I want to try is it's always a dude losing the fight who's in the opposing jersey.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not realize you're the only one wearing green? What do you? So I think my angle is like, that's not where you pick a fight. I'm a Jew. I'm not walking into a mosque. Like any of you pussies like Islam, let's dance. That's
Hey, right.
I'm gonna try it tonight.
You're going in outnumbered.
Read the room.
Yes,
the room.
exactly.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, the mosque guy will go into the synagogue with the dynamite vest. You're like, that's how you do it. Right. That's how you win against
You win. That's right.
hundreds.
Can I do it? Let me do a peeve too. I wrote
Hit me with a peeve. I think I got a peeve as well.
I got a peeve.
Hold on. Don't leave, Nick.
I got a peeve. How about this? People, when people say, I'm going to make an executive decision, that's a fucking peeve. It's never like, it's always at like, you're like a fucking restaurant. You're not running a Fortune 500. You want to order chicken fingers? I fucking hate that shit.
A bit.
Maybe that's a bit. I don't know.
Look, you guys take your time ordering, but I'm going to make an executive decision. Can we get 2 guacs and 1 salsa for the table, please?
All right, I got one. How about this one? This one's weird. I can't wrap my head around this one. I'm in a store. I'm kind of lost, and I go up to a guy and I go, "Hey, man, do you work here?" And he flips. He's like, "Fuck you, I don't work here. What do you think, I work here?" And I'm like, what's so bad about working here? I don't get why that's the biggest insult on the planet.
It's always a dude wearing a blue polo at Best Buy too.
It was a guy in a red shirt at Target.
Yeah.
Like, you're wearing a red shirt.
So it's like you can see why I made the mistake.
Yes, and wouldn't it be worse if you were? Like, what if he was like, "I do. I know, you got me."
I think it taps into the stereotypes perhaps that we're afraid of. Like I'm trying to think of where would I be that I'd have that reaction. Maybe at Chippendales or it'd be like, no, fuck.
Thunder Down Under.
I have a BFA, yeah.
Yeah.
That job, that's a compliment though, if they're like, "Do you work here?"
I suppose, yeah, that's not a great example, but
You're kind of insulting the people who do work here by getting that angry.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Also, I have people say it to me. I don't give a shit. I'm like, "Oh no, I don't." But sometimes I'm like, "The bathroom's that way."
Yeah, you try to help.
Yeah.
I'm at the comedy cellar. People are like, I'm like, I'm not the bouncer, but I'll show you where the bathroom is.
Yeah, why not? I don't get why you got so angry.
I don't work here, but I can tell a fucking Phillips head from a Standard, so what can I do for you?
There you go, Home Depot. So,
Do you have any Rex, Nick?
Oh yeah.
I do. I mean, I'll tell you what I'm listening to right now. The premier short story writer in our country right now is named George Saunders.
He's amazing.
I like George Santos. He's got really great stories.
He also is great at fiction.
Creative.
George, he won the Man Booker Prize for his one novel called Lincoln in the Bardo. But here's the rec. Go onto your channels and listen to him read his own stuff. For being the preeminent, like the scholarly, short story writer who studied under Tobias Wolff at Syracuse,
Oh, wow.
and now he teaches at Syracuse, he sounds like the most down to earth, like Chicago guy.
Yeah.
And if you listen to him read his stuff, and my rec to give you an appetizer, speaking of guac, is a story of his called Fox 8.
Okay.
It's a short story. If you can, read along, because there's some tricks to the way it's written that are visual. But you hear him read his stuff, and he's just so funny and brilliant. And most of all, I learn empathy from him. He also has this great commencement speech that came out as a little book called "Congratulations, by the way." And so these are short takes, but I'm telling you, he's so funny. But it's also medicinal. So
All right.
this graduation speech is basically just about kindness, which again, like my soil material, it doesn't sound like super sexy and funny, but he's just a hero to me. The way that he, in the same way that Mike Schur exudes kindness with his television comedy.
Yeah.
George does it with his fiction.
But it's not corny kindness either. It's like it feels
real.
sincere.
It's
I think some shows do they kind of beat you over the head with it, where it just doesn't even feel real. Didn't he write the thing about the two test subjects who were having sex?
Yes, yeah.
What's that called again? It was so good.
Well, is it the one that Hemsworth made into a movie?
I didn't see the movie, but I think so.
Yeah, it's called like
Pull it up.
Saunders test subjects having
Hemsworth.
sex.
yeah,
Escape or something. It was Escape from something.
yeah,
It's so good. It's so funny and weird and like.
his big number one. No, Spiderhead.
Spiderhead. It's really good.
He get blown by 8 women.
Yeah, so his stuff is kind of futuristic, but really banal and funny. So, for example, in the future, where there are like theme parks, like we have Colonial Williamsburg, there will be future things where people are like things are so shitty that some people live in the theme park, and their job and their life is they live as like a cave dweller.
Oh, interesting.
And so it's like normal banal language of like, okay, day 721, the green food paste is blah blah blah, and like you fall in love with your coworker. So he takes the banality of daily life and then just gives it the most incredible stakes of love and loss, and and hearing him read his own stuff, even though he has this like really everyman voice, is just gorgeous. I'm re-listening right now to his book, The 10th of December, which is like, there's one of the best stories in it, called the something diaries, Semplifor diaries or something like that. It's cool in the future to order Asian girls and you string them up in your yard, and they do it with like glass fibers that feed them and sustain their life, and it's a status thing. So the more girls you have on your clothesline, and so it's just people trying to deal with like we do shit that weird as a society, where it's like I have large hoops in my earlobes, or it's just extrapolating to the nth degree. So it's people trying to deal with the the reality of like, are they okay? Like, is this not fucked up? And the sophisticates are like, what are you talking about? Like, we are leaders in this community. We have 17 girls in our yard.
Interesting.
It's really funny.
No, he's really, I've read some of his stuff and he's amazing. I'm definitely going to check this out. And there was another book you sent, the Walter Berry thing. I saw you talk about in the news this morning. A Wendell Berry. I just ordered it because I'm curious now. But I love George Saunders, what I've read. So I'm going to check out this book.
Wendell Berry is. I had lunch with him yesterday in Kentucky. He is my hero, who I also have befriended. He and his wife Tanya, and they have a farming program. And if you want to know what's going on with our country and where our food comes from, and how we should be paying attention to our farmers,
Agreed.
Start with his book, The Unsettling of America, which you can hear an audio version in a voice that sounds a lot like this one right here. And then also sort of dovetailed with him is Michael Pollan's Omnivore's Dilemma.
Oh.
It's that these books are incredible, where you'll never be able to go to the grocery store the same again, where and all it comes down to is beginning to understand which food is good for you and which isn't, which is being made for a profit rather than for nutritional value.
We need that stuff, because I went to Europe for a month. I can't eat bread here. I feel horrible. I eat bread over there. I was fine.
It's incredible. I mean, just because they didn't let industrial consumerism take over.
Yes.
Some of their food systems, they do like they're capitalists desperately want to become American. Like really? There are factions
because of the money, but
in grocery stores, because you get rich, and they're like, fuck nutrition, like fuck your family.
Yes.
I'm making money.
I know, it's terrifying. I've been drinking tap water my whole life. Then you see all this stuff about fluoride, and you're like, Jesus, what are you doing to the American people?
So I don't have great comedy recs, but I have great life hack recs.
I got a good movie rec for you guys. Sometimes I'll just watch. I'll be on the road or on like a flight, and I'll just watch like old Siskel and Ebert from the '90s. There's something so calming about watching them. They're so good together.
Was it Night at the Theater? What do they call it?
I don't remember the name of the show, but they're just together. They're
PBS.
so passionate and great. And one of the movie recs that they threw out
at the movies.
they threw out a movie rec that I was like, all right, this sounds good. Let me watch it. It's called Red Rock West with Nicolas Cage and Dennis Hopper. It's so fucking good. It's like a weird, obscure noir from the '90s. Highly recommend.
Really?
Loved it.
I'm in.
Loved
Okay,
it.
good
I'll
rec.
check it out.
It's really cool. It's Dennis Hopper being a psycho and Nicolas Cage being, Nicolas Cage.
Brooding.
It's really cool.
With probably some gorgeous Utah scenery.
It's awesome.
Is it David Lynchy?
A little bit. It's who did it? That guy John Dahl.
What else did he do?
Last Seduction.
Oh.
That was a pretty cool movie.
And I mean, for the sake of fair play, let's doff our caps to Laura Flynn Boyle.
She's awesome.
I
in it.
love Flynn Boyle. She can do comedy too.
Yeah, I mentioned this to Colin Quinn yesterday, and he was like, "I used to know her. She's very cool."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was in Men in Black.
Yep.
Another a book rec too. Because this is coming out this weekend, so. Killers of Flower Moon. Read that before the movie comes out. The book is fucking incredible. So, highly recommend.
Oh, is that the Scorsese?
Yeah.
Oh, that
the
looks
movie's
fun.
coming out this month, but the book is insane. It's like a true crime.
Really?
It's like a true crime, a noir, a murder mystery. It's incredible. Blew me away. So I'm reading his other book, his newer book now. But David Gran, incredible writer.
This and the Napoleon movie. I'm like jerking off to.
Dude, I can't
trailer.
wait. Joaquin Phoenix is Napoleon.
I know.
It's going to be so cool.
I know. I hope that is presaging me as Teddy Roosevelt. please, God.
Yes.
Well, we know you have to get to what show are you doing next?
Great question. Oh, where am I going next? I have the rest of the day off.
Oh,
if
good.
that's what I mean. The next 2 days, I'm doing a bunch of like The View and Today Show and Seth Meyers. I was supposed to do Colbert, but I got bumped when the strike ended. They were like, "We're gonna do way bigger, cooler shit than have you on with your paperback." So, so they shunted me to Seth Meyers, who is a real champagne problem.
right.
Like, oh no, I have to do another primetime network show.
Well, check out Nick's book.
Get the book.
We're big fans.
And the audio book, he does it.
And we have some dates for the comedy tour.
Oh, humorous tour.
Oh, right on. Oh,
Okay. Oh, the 8th. So we have Los Angeles on the 7th. And then we have Windsor, Ontario on October 19th. And you're up in Prior Lake, Minnesota, which I've never heard of.
just outside the Twin Cities.
I've played that casino before. It's a nice casino.
I love it.
And then Brooks, California on October 21st.
Outside of Sacramento.
And then on to Baltimore.
That's a great room to
Baltimore.
lurk.
Legendary.
That's
room.
north of Miami.
26. At the Lyric. Wow, it's a good spot.
Good room.
Guys, drink our Bodega Cat whiskey, bodegacatwhiskey.com. Thank you so much, Nick, for coming on, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Great scotch.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Good app. What an app.
Guys, you can see me on tour. I will be November 4th at the theater at Madison Square Garden. That's the big one. There's still some tickets available. Also, late October, you can see me in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, and then I will be all over Australia in November. You can see me in Tampa, Fort Myers, Vegas at the Wynn in December. Philly in January. I mean, I'm going to be everywhere, truly everywhere. So, Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri, December 28th through 30th. Buffalo as well, your hometown, Matt, in December. All over. Omaha, Dallas, Dania Beach, Madison, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Irvine, California, Salt Lake City, and that's all leading up to my special, which will be on sale later this month in Boston in March. So see you on the road. Now go to Mark's. Marknormand. You could see this guy everywhere. Man, he's got to get bigger font on his website.
Let's see, October starting here.
Yeah, you got to go to the city though.
All right.
Zoom in on the city.
Zoom in on the city.
Yeah, right there. Hershey, Tacoma, Oklahoma City, Marknormand. You can see him in Dallas, Portland, Maine, Providence, Cleveland. He's going to be in Grand Rapids, Denver. 2 shows in Denver. Look at that shit. Grand Junction, Colorado. Yeah. Hartford, Connecticut. What's at the bottom? Concord, New Hampshire, Mobile, Alabama, and hometown hero, New Orleans, Louisiana,
Yeah,
Marknormand.
Sanger.
She's got a piss, so I started reading yours.
Oh, all right. I'm ready. What else you got there?
Sacramento, Santa
2 shows.
Rosa.
Omaha, Kansas City, Norfolk, Baltimore, Birmingham, Shreveport, Tampa, Jacksonville, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Lexington, Kentucky, Charlotte. We don't have to do the whole. marknormandcomedy.com. New dates added. You don't say tour. Come on by. It's going to be a hot one. New hour.
Hell yeah. Same here. I'm gearing up for that one at samuel.com/shows. Buy Bodega Cat Whiskey at bodegacatwhiskey.com. Nick Offerman was awesome. Great ep. And
Great
thanks for
time.
listening, guys.
Hell yeah, Bodega Cat.
All right, let's put a little weenie down. Weenie.